Oh my God, DeDe got a podcast?
What?
DeDe got a podcast.
What's the tea? What's the vibe? What's the hype? Yeah, we live. Talk a little this, a little bit of that, a little bit of love, a little bit of that shit. That's DeDe. Go DeDe. Go DeDe. Go DeDe. You a bad bitch. You a savage. Making money is a habit.
All right, so listen, everybody. Welcome to DeDe's Dope Podcast. First of all, before we do anything, can I tell everybody right now, please subscribe to the YouTube page. Please, DeDe's Dope Podcast, DeDe In The Morning. Please subscribe. But this right here is the podcast where I always say, you're going to catch a laugh now. Trust and believe me, we're going to laugh. And you're going to get some tea. All right, here we go. Baby girl is a comedian with tiny features. She got a little nose, little lips, little ears. I said, you ain't African-American. Tell everybody your name, please.
Yes, my name is Vanity Cornelius, but I go by Vanity the Comedian. Mm-hmm. That's my stage name, yes.
Vanity, he's saying pull the mic up, Vanity. Pull your mic up. There you go. Now, Vanity the Comedian is with us.
Yes, Vanity.
Vanity the Comedian, it's so good to meet you.
It is so wonderful to meet you also.
Okay, let me just say, you're so cute.
Thank
I just think you are, no, look at you have great energy, and I'm going to tell you what it is. I love people who smile with their eyes. Does that make sense? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like they smile and their whole face, like that's you. You have that energy, and I love it.
Yes, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, good.
Yes.
But you have little tiny feet. Look at your,
I do.
Are you African-American?
I am.
Not 200%.
No, my mom, she kind of light skinned, but my daddy, dad.
He's black?
I mean, he dark. He dark, and he ugly. So, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that early in the show. We 2 minutes into the show.
2 minutes in, but I already took a sip.
Me too.
So, it is what it is. We in there. Yeah. We in it.
Shouts out to Courvoisier.
Thanks, I love it. It tastes really good, really smooth.
It is.
Went down my throat real nice.
It did, right? Me too, because I'm still sipping mine. But listen, no, wait a minute. So Daddy, how many kids did your mom and Daddy have?
2.
Just you and who?
Yeah, me and my sister Brashawn. And then I have 3 more sisters by my dad's second wife, Shamiria, Shadriana, and Chardonnay.
Well, damn, somebody was in love with the Shures.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in love? His wife was in love with the stepmama?
Yeah, I think I think her name starts with Shard too, or something like that.
You said I think. You don't deal with them?
My sisters, yeah, my sisters, yeah, we really cool.
But you're not cool with your daddy and your stepmama?
Not my dad. My stepmama, I don't really see her too much. I mean, all my sisters are grown now. Yeah. My dad, not so much.
The way you did it, you said and your eyes closed at the same time.
Look, you wanted me to be honest.
Why? Why don't you talk to Daddy?
I mean, it's really like a he don't talk to me type thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, look, if you don't want a part of me, I'm out here growing and glowing. I ain't do nothing. I might have punched him one time.
Okay, you said I might have. Okay.
We might have got into a physical altercation at the church one time.
Nuh-uh.
He a preacher, girl.
Your daddy is. Oh shoot! You stop right now. You're a preacher's kid.
You asked for this. I'm just giving it to you.
You did what? What did you do?
Nothing. I went to a musical, and he just happened to be the master of ceremony. And I was looking at him in the pulpit, and I just didn't like what he had to say.
And what did you do?
I waited until after church. I respect the Lord.
Okay.
But afterwards, we went outside, and I just pulled him over to the side, like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? And he just got a little loud with me, and I feel like you can't be getting loud with me because you ain't really been no daddy to me. So, he grabbed my arm, and I told him, I said, let me go. And when he let me go, I swung on him.
Hold on. Let me digest. Hold on a second. I want everybody that's listening to the podcast and watching. Let me take
another sip of my drink.
Me too. I'm gonna sip this Courvoisier and I'm gonna sip this good. Hold on. Let's talk. Hold on. How old were you when this happened?
Oh, I had just moved to Dallas, so I was 20.
You were 20?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you didn't like what your daddy was saying in the pulpit. And you went out.
I don't like his face.
Yeah, okay. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't like his face. Now, who do you look like? Your mom or your daddy?
Mom.
Okay,
she
fine.
is so pretty.
All right, good. And your sister looks like your daddy?
It looks like my mom.
Oh, weren't they lucky then? They were lucky, right? Yeah.
We're so blessed.
My mama had 5 kids by my father, and 4 of us look like him, and 1 only looks like my mom.
So your dad must be handsome. He must be very handsome.
I look just like him.
Because you're beautiful.
Oh, that's sweet. I'm not. I mean, I'm just makeup. I have a very long nose. This is what I know about me. I have a very, very long, big nose, and I have big, big, full lips, and my eyes are almost popped a little bit, and my ears are decent, but.
That's why you looked at my features and you were like, everything is so small.
Yeah, because mine was
I'm
so
like,
big.
Drea, I got a compact face.
Yeah, everything is small.
My face is so round. It's like a big circle. It's like they just stuck my
But it's so
my
pretty. You're
features
so
on
pretty. And I'm like, honestly, this was what I grew up with, hating. Like, did you ever hate things on you, though? You know what I mean? Like, I hated, let me tell you what I hated, and it was a problem for me. I hated my hair. I had the nappy. When I tell you, I always tell people I'm 200% African-American, meaning, as my mother used to always say, I'm not watered down with nothing. I don't have Indian, white.
Despite the skin tone, because they get that confused.
They do. Both parents black as I don't know, and I am 200% black, and I had 200% black people hair. And I've learned to embrace it now, because I'm going to tell you what's so great about it. This hair can go through a fire, and it'll still be here.
You're right, because I have a good texture of hair and stuff, but being natural is so hard, and I've always been natural. I've never had a relaxer. So, you know, when I got older, I started to do the braid, like, you know, the weaves and the things like that, you know. And I like to wear colorful hair, too. So I don't like to put my hair through too much trauma. My real hair is red, like bright red.
Wow.
Yes,
I can see it.
Red, yeah.
Okay.
But I wear, like, different color braids, different color wigs and weaves and stuff like that. I like to change it up.
Why do you like the color in your hair? What does it do for you?
I don't know. It just makes me stand out from everybody else.
Because how many colors you got in your hair? For people who ain't watching the podcast right now and they're listening, how many?
Maybe 6, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 or 6 in there.
6 colors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way around, because some of them are blended.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's, you know, I just like to be different. I like to stand out in the room, and I feel like my hair is always a conversation piece. I do a lot of braids, so my braids are usually really long. Like, they may go to the back of my knees. The longest I had were to my ankles, and they were all, like, rainbow colored.
Wait a minute, how did you sleep with them to your ankles? How did you?
I went to sleep.
You
they
could
hang
where
off
would
the edge of the bed. I go to bed, and they're great for sex.
Are they?
Yes.
How?
You can just wrap them and pull them like a horse, like Like
oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, a guy's done that. That's nice.
5 stars. I highly recommend.
Oh, that sounds fun. Like he could just with
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's coming from the back.
Yep, they coming on in. Come on. When the Saints go marching in.
Okay. Now, do you have kids?
No, I do not. Not yet. But I have a beautiful little doggy named Nola.
Oh,
because did I mention I'm from Louisiana? I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana originally.
You know, Shreveport, shouts out to Shreveport. I'm going to tell you why. More people come around here and through this podcast from Shreveport. I mean, more people from
and
Shreveport.
For the station, baby.
Yes. Yeah. Shreveport is in the building like all the time.
Hey, we got a lot of talent in Shreveport.
Yeah.
I just left. I was there Sunday. I had a show out there. A friend of mine, Wild Man Scoop, shout out to him. He just shot his special, About Damn Time, Sunday, his first special.
Wow, congrats.
And I was a part of it.
Nice.
It was really good.
So what is it about Shreveport? Because I'm going to tell you why. Everybody that I meet that have a creative bone in their body, they're from Shreveport. What y'all doing in Shreveport?
I mean, I think it's because it's so small and it's not a lot to do. You know, I mean, it's just like crime, or you just got to figure it out. You know, you're just making a way. And I think that a lot of us, because it's nothing there, we're trying to create a space for ourselves.
Right.
And create a lane for ourselves and find something to do. But, I mean, I jumped on my comedy journey after being in Texas, and I've been here like 12 years.
So how long have you been doing comedy?
Oh, my God. Surprisingly, I will make a year November 13th.
Just a year?
Yeah.
Congrats. What made you, tell me, what was it? Who told you to get into comedy?
Actually, that was something that I always had in me. Like, you know, people would always tell me I was funny, I could do comedy. I was like, no, I can't do that. And I think it was really the fear that kept me from doing it, thinking that, you know, you see the Kevin Harts and the Tiffany Haddishes and the Lou Nails, and you're like, I can't do that. That's crazy. And I got on Clubhouse, and I started just going in there talking to people in different rooms, and I got locked into this Houston room. And I mean, every day they was just like, you need to get on stage, you need to get on stage. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then a friend in the room, Lady 380, she's a poet out of Houston. She has a platform. She did a show, put a show together, and made it my debut. And I did it. My first show, I did 22 minutes, my very first set.
Hold on a second. Let me just say this. You said she told you she was going to do this for you.
Yeah, she pretty much like put my arm behind my leg.
But did you know how to make a set? Did you know how to write out a comedy routine?
I didn't, and I mean it was getting close to time. I got with 2 people to coach me, and they coached me for my very first show, and I haven't had coaches since. So this whole year I've been pretty much winging it. You know, I get pointers here and there, and I just did my first comedy convention. But I'm really just out here just doing it. I mean, I actually. When I got off stage, she had invited a friend, Carlos Wallace, to come and watch me. He was in the audience. And as soon as I got off stage, he shook my hand. And he was like, you doing the Arlington Improv the day before Thanksgiving. And a year later, I'm doing the day before Thanksgiving with him again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you got to let me know I'm coming. I got to come.
Yes.
I got to come. Okay, so how many shows have you been doing in this last year? How many shows have you done?
Oh, you know what? Since I'm getting close to my 1 year, I was gonna make a list of how many shows I've done. I don't know, honestly.
Been that much?
It's been that many, and excuse me, it's really weird because my journey has been very different with a lot of comedians coming up new. Like you have to beat down the comedy clubs and do open mics and do a lot of stuff. But out the gate, I've been getting booked. And a lot of people, they haven't even seen me. They may not even see my content, but it might be word of mouth or it's just something about me. Like I got to do a show with DeDe Banks in January.
Wow.
I just started doing comedy in November.
Right.
And that was because I went to the show on a Thursday. Somebody gifted me the tickets. I went to the show and I just went up and talked to them after the show. And
who'd you talk to?
I talked to Alton first. That's his opening act, his feature. And then I asked him if I could talk to DeDe. And I just told him who I was and what I was doing. And I'm like, hey, I'm hungry. I want to work. And he was like, I got a spot Sunday. You want it? Yeah. And I took it. And I came in there and I did what needed to be done. And I mean, like, that's literally how this year has gone. Like, I go up to people and I'm not afraid.
Because you're not afraid. You go. They say closed mouths don't get fed. And you walk around, your mouth is open. You're like, I want to get up here. I need. Good for you.
Seriously, I just met DC, Carlos, and Chico when they came out here. I just went up. I worked my way from security. The cameraman. I went to the cameraman first. I was like 7 rows from the stage because I wanted them to see me. And I went to the cameraman first. I went from them. He introduced me to security. Security introduced me to the MC. The MC was like, hey, you can stick around for the VIP that I did not pay for. And you could, you'll get a chance to talk to him. If anybody tells you to leave, just let them know that you're with me.
Okay,
bet. And I got a chance to meet him just like that.
So listen, I know you're probably going to be like, DeDe, shut up.
No.
Who prayed for you?
A lot of people.
Because they often say favor ain't fair, huh? Right? And I'm looking at you and I go, boy, favor's fair now. I mean, but you got favor on you. And I remember somebody said it to me, and I say that because your father is a pastor. And even though you swung on him in the church parking lot, you didn't like what he was saying.
Still got a little favor.
Yeah, he did somebody prayed somewhere. He did, your grandmama, your mom, somebody prayed somewhere and it got you. But for real, and it's a blessing, right? I mean, you have to understand that's a blessing.
It is. I mean, the reason I'm sitting here with you right now is because of favor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for a reason. So, I mean, like, just, period, just trying to do what I'm doing
and
in
as
life.
fast as it's happened.
As fast as it's happening. It's happening so fast. And it's been an adjustment. Because people are finding out who I am and I'm doing this thing and I'm hosting gigs during the week and I still have a full-time job and I'm in school.
Right.
So
you're in school?
Yes.
For what?
Business administration.
Good for you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, come on, go ahead.
So it's like I'm doing
you preparing for when you make all this money in Hollywood. You're gonna know what to do with it.
I'm trying so hard. Like I'm just out here working. Like I'm just letting people know I'm hungry. I'm here. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to listen. Just take a chance on me and I promise you won't be disappointed.
I just got to clap.
I thank you.
I love people who are sure of themselves, confident, know who they are, where they're going, what they want, right? I'm such a fan of that, right? There are so many people wandering around and don't know what they're doing, who they are. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you definitely get that. Where do you think you got it from? Your mama? Your daddy?
Definitely my mom. And I would say my grandfather.
You ain't gonna give daddy no credit at all today?
I don't know him well enough to give him any credit about that, though.
Okay.
Because, I mean, we didn't have much of a relationship with me growing up, so I can't.
You realize what some people will say. I don't mean to cut you off. Can I tell you what some people have said many times about... So what you're saying is, and this happens a lot, where if you didn't get the love you think you deserve from a parent or someone, you want to always prove something to them too. That's where a lot of actors and actresses will talk about certain things because they're looking for the love, the attention, the accolade, the whatever. And so it fuels them sometimes. So I'm wondering, is that what is it that's fueling you? Because you want to say to a certain extent, I'm worthy. Yeah. Yo, dude, I'm worthy, daddy.
Yeah.
You know, you get what I'm saying?
And you know what? And it's funny that you say that because I can see that. But I think because, like, I have such a strong support system and my friends, I have so many wonderful friends that support me. They come to my shows. Like, if I tell them I might have to go out of town, they like, do we need to get a ticket?
But guess what? I ain't trying to go hardcore because I already drank a little bit.
It's okay. Come on.
They still ain't daddy, right? No matter how many friends can show up. And the only reason why I say this, the only reason why I say it, and I can say it from my perspective, is I didn't have my father growing up. My father died when I was 6. So I didn't have that. And my mother was an only child. Her dad died. So I had no grandfather. I had no father, you know. So there was a need in me to prove to everybody. And, you know, we grew up kind of poor. I was the youngest of 5. My mom was on, you know, we were on welfare for a while. And then she remarried, did all this. But we were always not seen as having money or being able to. And I used to always think to myself, y'all gonna know my name one day, right? People go, y'all don't figure me out, or, you know, from home, Colleen Fort Hood at the time, that's where I graduated from high school. Y'all gonna figure me out when people were discrediting me or you know, like not even discrediting, but just acting like I ain't had. I used to always think in my mind, you just don't know me yet. You don't know what I'm gonna do. And it was it fueled me. And many times what used to fuel me was people who would say to me, you're not going to make it or you can't do. And I used to always be like, watch. So I'm just wondering.
You know what? And I will say, that's a good perspective to look at it. And I'm going to sit back and think about that also. Because, I mean, it does feel good to say I've accomplished this, I've done this, even if, you know, if I never hear, I make you proud. At least I know I did it for myself too. Right. And I don't know, that's really good.
It's interesting, but a lot of people have said it. It's the only reason why I'm saying it to you, and I've seen it happen in other people, but it's okay because it just fuels you.
But see, that might be like underlining that I don't even realize, because honestly,
subconsciously, yeah.
Honestly, I really just like making people happy. Like, I really love the feeling of walking into a room and everybody's depending on me for a good time.
Let me ask you, are you outside of comedy? See, they shouldn't give me drinks because, girl, I think I'm an amateur psychologist. Outside of that, are you happy? Outside of you making everybody else happy, are you happy in your life?
You know what? I am.
Good.
I am now. Good. It took me a long time to get to the place where I am and to have the peace that I have. And I'm not lying, I get a lot of it from my comedy. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's so amazing when you walking in your purpose. Like, I really feel like comedy is my purpose. Good. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is where I'm supposed to be. So I think that's another reason why it's happening so fast,
because it's for you. Yeah, it's for you. You should never have to force the
happiness.
door to open now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid. Like, you know, I had my moments when I first started because I'm like, I know people probably going to change up on me and, you know, things are going to be different. People are going to treat me differently and handle me differently with the newfound fame that I'm getting. And I'm fine with it.
Are you worried about, and this is the other reason why I say this, and I was asking you if you're happy in your life. You know, they often say, a lot of comedians, and I've worked with a lot doing radio. Ricky Smiley and I used to work together on a show. Shouts out to Ricky. And I worked with him. JJ Williamson's working with us. Who else did we work with? Another comedian. I've worked with Rudy Rush. I worked with Rudy on a radio show. So I've worked with comedians. And there is...
So you know.
I know comedians. And I always think about Robin Williams. And there is an underlying sometimes where people don't know what's going on. You guys want to make everybody else laugh. That's why I was asking, are you happy? Right?
Yes, and I'm glad you asked that. I laugh at my pain.
Good.
I make
We
jokes.
have to, don't we?
Yes, I make jokes out of things that have happened to me. And I think that's always been my coping mechanism.
Me too, yeah.
But before I was even doing comedy, because I've always been like the girl that walks in the party, and as soon as I come in, oh, Vanity's about to trip, she about to clown. Like, they know I'm gonna be that person. I'm there to make everybody have a good time. So it just came natural when I got on stage, and I just implemented my real life into it.
Wow.
So I'm just telling y'all my story on stage. You know, me telling you my daddy ugly, I tell everybody my daddy ugly. Because he really ugly.
No.
I'm not lying, but it's funny. Because people look at me, they like, you really just called your daddy ugly? I'm telling the truth, though.
Yeah.
And a lot of comedy is funnier when it's the truth.
When it's the truth, yes.
You
I agree.
You gotta tell the truth.
And people don't believe it.
Come on now. Everybody walking around and you think everybody's parents look good.
They don't.
Exactly. So people lying just like kids.
Mine just
Everybody
got by.
kids ain't cute.
No, they not.
You gotta tell the truth.
Yeah.
So that's my truth. That my daddy is not attractive to me. I don't look at my daddy. Mind you, I'm not saying like I look at my dad like R. Kelly look at his mama. Well, I ain't trying to put my mouth on the lipstick or nothing. But what I'm saying is, like, you look at your parents, you can tell if they attractive or not.
Yeah.
That man ugly.
Yeah.
I ask my mama all the time, what was you thinking?
Wow. Did your mom remarry?
No, she never remarried. But I have like a long-term stepdad, you can call him.
Oh, they just live together?
Yeah, they just live together. And
They never did get married?
They never did get married.
How long they been together?
On and off for a long time.
Wow, that's so
Like,
beautiful.
that's really who I call my dad, because he's been around for like forever.
Wow. Okay. What's your mama look like? Does your mama like to have fun? Did she go out or anything? Or is she in the church all the time?
So my mom is a little mixture of both, in a sense. Like, she doesn't drink. She doesn't like turn up or nothing, but she does like to dance. She likes to line dance and stuff, so we can line dance together.
Yep.
You know, but she was like, no, when I got old enough to go out, she kind of stopped going out. She's like, I'm not going out with you, you know.
Wow.
Like, you know, but she is a church lady, you know.
Okay.
She is the opposite of me. Like, she thinks I'm her wild child. Like, I am.
Oh, your sister's not?
No, my sister's real reserved. And my sister has a heart condition.
Oh, okay.
So she has always been, you know, like her baby, you know, even though my sister's 4 years younger than me.
Okay.
So, you know, and she has to have another open heart surgery in November. This is her 4th surgery since she was born. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, it's okay.
Damn.
It's okay.
That's just hard, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why you had to, you know what? That's also probably why you had to develop that personality to make your mama smile and laugh.
Yeah, because my sister was born sick.
Yeah.
She was born with
So you had to bring light to it.
Yeah. So, you know, I was
Girl, I
always
done dissected you. I told you I'm an amateur.
Thanks, but I like it.
Didn't I just tell you why you funny?
Break me down.
Did I just not tell you why you funny?
Yeah. You did.
You did for your mama too, though, but go ahead.
I did. And, you know, and my mom done told me forever I need to check. Like, y'all think I'll believe? Man, if I call my mama right now, I'll be like, Mama, how many times you told me I need to get a check? She gonna tell me your whole life.
I love it.
But everybody that knows me like that, when I started doing comedy, it wasn't a surprise to a lot of people that have known me my whole life. They were like, it's about time.
Yeah.
Like, what took you so long? I should have been on the stage.
So now you do your comedy and everything else, but you don't have any kids?
No.
You have a
Just
boyfriend?
I'm dating. I'm busy right now.
That is so great. I love it. You said you're busy building your career.
Yeah, I'm busy. Like,
Do you want kids in marriage?
I want kids and I want marriage, but I don't want to force it. And I don't want it to feel like it's a necessity to have. Like, if it happens, it happens. And I've come to the realization it may not happen. That's not in the cards for everybody.
Right.
And that's fine.
Right.
We're in a different time now,
I agree.
you know? And I'm my own woman. I'm making my own place. But, I mean, I would love to have somebody to come home to at night and share my experiences with. But at the same time, you ain't about to drag me down.
I know that's right.
Like, I'm good.
Okay.
I can do bad by my damn self.
So, no husband, no kid, but you're dating, kind of having fun.
Yeah, I'm dating. I'm having fun. When I have time.
Okay.
I
Have you ever
put
messed
up
around
with
with somebody who's in your audience who liked you and they were like, ooh, you were so funny, and then you went out to have a drink with them and then you gave them some?
No.
Okay. You thought about it, though.
I ain't gonna lie, it's been some fine men in the audience that I didn't know. But, you know, I try to be real professional with that. Like, I don't really want to cross that line because I don't want to be looked at like that girl. Like, you know, like, oh, you want to get her on stage, you got to get her into bed first. No, the hell you not.
So what is your comedy like on stage? Who would you say you're like?
You know what? My favorite female comedian is Lunelle.
I love Lunelle.
I cannot wait to meet her. And I get I know she coming to Dallas. Like the next time she comes to Dallas, I'm tracking her down. Lunell, I'm coming for you.
Yeah,
I'm coming for you, Lunell. I want to meet you. I want to hug you. I want to get all up in you. But I get a lot of Lunell from people that watch my comedy and stuff like that. And I don't just talk about sex. I talk about my life. I talk about what's funny. I talk about my take on things. It's not always about sex, and a curse word doesn't always have to be a punchline.
Right.
It's just funny. It's funny in the facts.
Yeah. I love that you like Lunell. I love that because I like her.
I love Lunell.
I do. I think she's hilarious.
Like, I just want to see it. Like, we could just sit and have tea and crumpets.
Right.
Like,
And you just want to look at her. Huh?
Like, I just want to be your friend.
So you like Lunell. Who else? Anybody else? Any other female comedians that you used to say, wow?
I'm okay. So I do get some more. I get a lot of a mix up between those two.
Okay.
Of course, because I get I really have like a Lunell essence to me. So
because you're light skinned, and I'm looking at your hair, maybe, and you're
and normally I have nails on. Look. So
okay.
and my personality is really colorful. Like, I look like how I am. Like, what you see is what you get.
You seem like, honestly, I'm looking at you and I feel like I'm going to see you in a movie someday. I just feel like I see you in a movie.
It's coming. We're going to claim it. We're going to claim it.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I do. I don't know why. I'm looking at you. I go, this woman seems like she could be like a movie star. Like, I see you in movies and doing all that kind of stuff.
I want to do everything. Like, the world is open. Like, everything is available now. And I feel like I'm just chopping down the tree, like one thing at a time. I'm trying to do everything.
I like you. I'm looking at you like I'm looking at you like I see it. I don't know. I just see it. I don't know why. I'm just looking at you going, this girl right here looks like I can see her in movies and people wanting to get her on, because you have that energy, and energy is, and I always say this, but energy is transferable, right? Mm-hmm. And energy is big, and I'm big on people's authentic energy. People can smile in your face and they can try to act like they like, and you go, something ain't right. You ever do that with people? You ever see somebody walk in and you go, I don't know what it is about their energy, right? You be like,
but I get that all the time, that people love my energy. They love, like,
because it's authentic. You walked in and I was like,
I'm a light in this world. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. And I hate when I don't get along with people. I don't like people who try to dim people's light to make themselves shine. Mm-hmm. You don't like the fact that I'm flamboyant. You don't like the fact that I draw attention. You don't like the fact that I'm loud, that I'm fun to be around. So you try to throw dirt on me, or you try to do something because you're not happy with yourself.
Right.
You don't like that you're not me.
Yeah. Right.
That's what it is. So it is what it is. Like, I'm going to be me.
Right.
You can try, you can do whatever. You can change the light bulb. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm still going to shine. I don't care.
And
turn the lights off on me. I'm a glisten.
Let me tell you something. I love it. She said, I'm a glisten.
I'm a glisten.
Let me tell you,
I ain't even got no highlight on. Look, I'm glowing.
You glistening now. A guy told me that one time about, and you made me think about this. So I remember I was visiting my sister in Atlantic City, and it was wintertime, and I was on the beach. Nobody was on the beach, right? And I'm sitting out there, and I'm just walking by myself because it was nice, and I was on vacation, and it's wintertime. It's December. And a guy comes out, and he starts taking pictures of me walking on the beach. And he comes up to me. He goes, hi, can I have your name? And he takes my name down and everything. And he said, I'm with the paper here, the local paper. And I said, okay. And he goes, you don't mind if I use your picture tomorrow on the paper or whatever? And I go, okay, sure. And we wake up the next morning, and I'm on the front page of the damn paper, right? Right? And the guy doesn't know. Doesn't know anything about I do radio here. I'm in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And so I remember talking to the guy that I was dating at the time, and I just go, it was so weird. The guy comes and he takes my picture, and they don't know who I am, and I'm on the front of the, and he said, you know what? He goes, sometimes when you have it, he goes, you don't have to seek the spotlight when you have it. The spotlight will find you.
It'll find you.
It'll find you. And I'll never get, and he said to me, he said, you're like a peacock, right? And I go, what? And he said, you're like a peacock. He said, you ever notice that a peacock, normally when you'll see a peacock, they have their feathers are closed. They don't let everybody see them. And then every now and then a peacock will open their feathers and everybody goes, oh my God.
You want to know something funny?
What?
There's a peacock tattooed on my leg.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You know I'm one of those kind of people about coincidences or not. There's no coincidences.
That's my favorite bird. Because, okay.
Why?
So, because, the story behind the peacock, the eyes in its tail, is a story of love in Greek mythology. But my name is Vanity, and I am vanity to a T. Like, any and everything, all things vanity right here. Like, I I'm a little full of myself, you know what I'm saying? But with rightfully so.
The devil will get you now to vanity now. I just said to somebody, but go ahead.
But yes, it's like, but the peacock is the most beautiful bird. It's so pretty when it opens its tails. And it's just like, to me, it's like a form of vanity. Like, you're bolstering your beauty.
But it doesn't do it all the time.
It doesn't do it all the time.
And you don't get to, everybody don't get to see it.
Do it all the time. But even when
it
it's
walks,
not boastful,
right,
it still has a grace to it. And you still know that that's a beautiful bird when it gets to show its feathers. And I have a peacock on my wood. I love peacocks.
That is weird.
That is my favorite bird. And I love all the colors. It's me.
Honestly, people say there are no coincidences. I agree. There are no coincidences. I really believe that. And I think everybody is supposed to meet for a reason, and everybody comes into your life for a reason. I just don't know why that's weird that I would talk about a peacock and you got one.
Yeah. I love peacocks. Like, that's my favorite bird.
And I
if
never
my
even
house could be covered in them, I would cover my house.
I didn't even know that when that man said that to me, and it always stuck with me, and we're not even together. I mean, like, I married somebody different. But I can still remember what this guy said to me, because I always believe that relationships, I learn from them. You're going to learn something, whether you like them or not. I learned something. But anyway, and the peacock, though, damn, that's you. That's you. That's you. You're this, you know what I mean? And you come in, and I'm sure there are times when you're like, I ain't going to be me in front of some people, or because energy, you'll feel the energy whether or not.
Oh my God, it's so crazy that you said that. So real quick, I just went to Atlanta for the Comics Rock Convention with Hope Flood. And I'm under a year in comedy, and I felt exactly like what you just said. Like, I kind of took the back seat. I was, I still stood out because I had these long, colorful braids, and I was like, real talk, I was the pretty girl at the convention. Like, and that's how everybody kind of looked at me. Like, they came up to me and they was like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so pretty.
You're so cute. I love
but
it.
nobody really knew, and I felt like they were kind of sizing me up a little bit to kind of find out if I was funny or not. Because it's the thing when you deal with women, they want to know are you funny.
Yeah.
And a lot of women aren't. And so I just kind of took the back seat, and I didn't really show too much of my personality. I didn't talk too much. You could just kind of see me, but I wasn't really talking as much as I normally do. And because I just felt like I didn't want to come in and, when we actually did the showcases, like, truth be told, a lot of the people that were the loudest didn't do that good.
Normally, it's the loudest of the ones who are looking for the attention, aren't the ones with the real talent either.
And I just came in and I just kind of soaked in the back, like a little bit. Like,
you had to soak it up. You need to see what was going on. Yeah,
soaking in the atmosphere. I was soaking in the experience. Like, I got to meet George Wallace, Michael Collier. Like, I was in the room with these people, like, getting a chance to meet them, shake hands with them, take pictures. So this was a really big deal for me. And, I mean, legends in the game, and I'm so new. So it's like, it was just a humbling experience. But when it was time for me to get on that stage, I got on that stage and I did what I needed to do. And I only had, 3 to 5 minutes, and I had to make it count, and I ended up being one of the winners in my showcase.
Girl, all right. You know what? I like you. I'm going to tell you what else I see for you. I'm going to tell you what else, and I love what you just said. You gave credit, and you gave respect to the ones before you, the OGs, the one, George Wallace. You're talking about, Hope Flood. You're, Michael Collier. You're knowing your what you're in, your business. You understand. You're in comedy, and you know who the GOATs are, the greats, the OGs, and everything, and you give them the respect. And that's the one thing I have to say that I always get so discouraged about when I watch certain people and younger people come up. If you're gonna be in the game, whatever your business is, put respect on the names of those who paved the way, were before you, or did something. And what you did that right now is amazing. I'm a fan of yours.
You have to.
I'm a fan.
You know what? I told you I started doing comedy because my arm was literally twisted behind my back. You have to start doing comedy. And I started doing it. And from doing that, it's like, okay, now I'm in it. But I don't know, like, a lot of these other comedians I meet, they study comedy. They probably got books on comedy. I ain't got nothing, but I got one book that Alton told me to buy. It's the Comedy Bible.
Wow.
That's the only book I have, and he told me to buy that the day I did the show with him and Desi. And I went ahead and I bought it. And so it's like, you talk to these other comedians, like, they can reference different specials. I've always been a fan of comedy, but I never studied it.
Right.
And then I was thrown into it. And it's like now, like, when I went down to Atlanta, it burned a fire in me.
Really?
Yes. And it's like now.
What was it? To see everybody doing what you want to do?
Just seeing what they were doing, just the knowledge that they were giving us. And it's just like now I want to learn as much as I can. I want to go back and watch comedy specials from the past years and go back and watch Def Comedy Jam all over again and go back and find different books to read and just soak up as much information as I can and learn about all these comedians. There's a lot of comedians I don't even know about.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a student. I didn't know.
Now you're a
so
student
now
and
that
you
I
understand.
am, it's like now while I'm in the midst of doing it's it's like being in school. Like now I need to go back and I need to study. If this is what I want to do in life, I need to go and study and know everything about it.
I love it.
Know everything about Seinfeld.
Yep.
Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Like anybody that hit the stage, I want to know about him. I want to learn about him, and I want to just continue to find my way. And I don't want to take from anything that they're doing. But I just want to know because I want that knowledge. I want to be able to reference something just like guys reference sports. They can reference sports from 20 years ago.
Yes, they can. They know they're, I'm looking at you and I'm smiling because I think it's so great. And I love what you're saying. And it's all about respecting and knowing what you're in. I used to tell people I worked with Tom. I was a fan of Tom Joyner, right? Because I grew up and I listened to Tom and everything. My mom listened to Tom Joyner, and he gave me such great information. We ended up working in the same building, and for 6 years, he and I would walk in the door at the same time doing our morning shows. I was the co-host on a national show. He was on his, and we would walk in. I would just ask him questions. I used to just watch him. Like, it's so funny. I used to just watch this man, how he moved, what he did, what he read. And I remember talking to him about something I was reading. I was reading the Madam C.J. Walker story, The Black Rose. It's a great book that was written by her granddaughter. And I was telling him about it, and he goes, maybe I'll read it. And I go, oh, you would read something like this? And he said, you want to be rich one day? And I said, yeah. He goes, well, read about people who became rich.
Exactly.
If you want to become rich, read how they did it. Like, stop reading I'm going to read the romance novel. Read how this person became rich or how this one did what they did and this and that. And I went, he's right. And I have always made sure that I respected everybody in this game of radio that I do, from the Wendy Williams on. When people have talked crazy about this girl and what she's going through in the karma, I'm like, no. This is somebody who did a lot in this game as a woman. I got to respect that. Angie Martinez, who's in New York. I can tell you every female name that has done some big things in radio that I go, or men, and you're doing it, and I love that. So continue.
Coco Brown even taught a class for us.
Oh, I love Coco. Oh, I love Coco.
Oh, my God. Let me tell you, she taught a class, and I definitely, she talked more about, like, the acting side of it, and she gave us some books as well that we need to buy and purchase, and I will be purchasing them all and getting them and just adding them to my repertoire. And I asked her a question. I said, given the fact that I do wear colorful hair, and she was talking about the seriousness of auditions and what you got to do and stuff like that, and I asked her, if I go to an audition and I have colorful hair, what do I need to do? Do I need to, natural myself out, and afterwards I got a chance to take a picture with her, and she talked about it on stage, but we talked in person, and she said, I don't want you to change who you are.
I was going
she said, there's a place for you. People like you, people that look like you. There's a role right now waiting with your name on it. She was like, I love how you look. She's like, you are the cutest thing ever. Like, she was just.
That's what I'm looking like.
I appreciate her not wanting to say, oh no, you need to look like everybody else. Like, she embraced who I was, and she saw me where I was, and she was like, use that to your advantage.
You know what? And I love hearing that from another female comedian, and just from a female. I got to be honest with you. I love hearing that a female is telling you the truth and embracing who you are and giving you the confidence and pouring into you positivity. You know what I mean? Like, I love it because we hear so many horrible things. Women can do some horrible things to each other, and you just be like, wow. But I love that they poured into you.
And it's scary.
So here, we tell everybody how, because I ain't going to keep you too long. I know I've been sitting here talking to you.
We can sit here and talk all day. I love it.
I want you to come back.
So much fun talking to you.
Will you come back, though?
I will come back whenever you want me to come back.
I want you to come back. Breeze, we got to get her back. My producer over there, Breeze. Breeze like, okay.
Yes.
Tell everybody how to follow you and if they want to book you for a show or anything.
I'm new to the game, so I'm doing all this on my own right now. You can hit me directly. You can follow me on Facebook, Shavanity. Cornelius is SHAVANITY. Cornelius CORNELIUS. And that's my real name. And then you can follow me on Instagram, Vanity the Comedian.
I love it.
And that's the best way to get in touch with me. Send me a message. I check my messages daily. My email, vanityc1989@gmail.com. You can hit that as well. Y'all need to know my blood type. What else?
Now, have you ever done JJ Williamson's?
No, I haven't done it yet. So I work full time. I work at General Motors.
Okay.
And I work second shift 2 to 10.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to get to the open mics and stuff like that, but I'm trying. And I got it's holiday season, so I got some time off during Thanksgiving and Christmas. So whatever's going on in the city, I definitely am going to try to go and be a part of it.
I'm going to figure out what I can do to help you. I'm going to do whatever I can, call some friends, whoever I can, to see if they, whatever you need. If you have a show that you're trying to get into at the Improv, call us and we'll get you in. Breeze, I can get you in. We're going to do whatever we can because I want to see you succeed.
Thank you.
I really want to see you. I want to see everybody. Make sure you follow her.
Yes.
Please.
The Comedian.
Vanity the Comedian on Instagram, social media. My hair is coming up.
Girl, you are beautiful.
No, you're kind because it's just a little bit of makeup right now. It's just a little bit of makeup. And I look just like my daddy, girl. I mean, just
well,
like
your daddy
him.
got to be fine because you are beautiful.
No, he was mean and evil. But anyway.
Oh, God.
Well, he was crazy. Listen, literally. Oh, I got to look at that camera. My producer's telling me. Okay, we're done. I'm drinking this Courvoisier. Shouts out to Courvoisier again.
Yes,
but I've been
so
drinking,
good.
and we've been sipping on this Courvoisier, and that's what I love about the show. Courvoisier in Conversation. We have to change this name of this show. Conversations in Courvoisier, because this here. But anyway, everybody, listen, we appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, listen on all, platforms. Please, please, please. DeDe's Dope Podcast, and listen to me every single morning on DeDe In The Morning, of course, 6 to 10 all over the country. See y'all next week.
What's the tea? What's the vibe? What's the hype? Yeah, we live. Talk a little this, a little bit of that, a little bit of love, a little bit of ratchet. That's DeDe. Go DeDe. Go DeDe. Go DeDe. You a bad bitch. You a savage. Making money is a habit. Ow.